Turning now to new developments in the trial of the West Springfield truck driver accused of crashing into and killing 7 motorcyclists in New Hampshire 3 years ago. Week 2 of the Vladimir Zhukovskyy trial began today. Taking the stand was an Agawam firefighter and paramedic. Western Mass News reporter Lexi Oliver joins us live now with more on what he had to say. Lexi?
Mary, Paul Novinsky was one of the Agawam Fire Department revealed that he helped revive Vladimir Zhukovskyy from a heroin overdose just 1 month before that deadly crash in New Hampshire.
Monday marked the beginning of week 2 in the case of Vladimir Zhukovskyy. The 26-year-old faces multiple charges, including negligent homicide and manslaughter for his alleged role in a 2019 crash that killed 7 motorcyclists and injured several others in Randolph, New Hampshire. Zhukovskyy is accused of being under the influence of drugs while driving his truck and flatbed trailer that day. A longtime Agawam firefighter and paramedic, Paul Novinsky, answering questions on Monday from the prosecution about his use of the drug Narcan on the job.
And in all those times where you used Narcan, what was the situation?
Anytime we've had someone that has pinpoint pupils, they're unresponsive, lack of breathing, if we've noted that there's paraphernalia on scene that indicates they have in fact consumed an opiate, that's any time we would be indicated to use it.
He was asked about a more specific incident when on May 5th of 2019, Novinsky was called to Pinchon Park in Agawam.
When we arrived, we found a male party unresponsive, not breathing at all. Agawam police, prior to our arrival, who also carries Narcan, they carry it to be used intranasally, had administered 4 milligrams of Narcan to the patient before we got there.
He says the patient, later identified as Zhukovskyy, was lying unresponsive on his back by the wood line where the trailhead meets.
What else did you notice about him?
Blue around his lips and his face. His pupils were pinpoint. He was unresponsive to even verbal stimuli at that time.
Novinsky says he and his partner began bag valve mask breathing and gave Zhukovskyy 2 milligrams of Narcan through an IV.
He pretty promptly woke up, began breathing on his own, his color improved, and began holding conversation.
In his report from that day, Novinsky noted Zhukovskyy had admitted to snorting 3 bags of heroin, and they had a conversation in the back of an ambulance regarding his commercial driver's license.
He had mentioned that he wanted to be sure he still had his license, and he had expressed concern that he would lose it. He did state to me that he drives trucks and that he was very concerned about that, and I told him and reassured him we had his license, and the police had done nothing more with him. They released him to us.
Zhukovskyy also had an out-of-state drunk driving charge at the time of the crash. The Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles acknowledged that should have prevented him from driving that June day, but due to a backlog in cases at the RMV, his license was not revoked. The trial is expected to continue until the middle of this month, with more than 100 witnesses set to be called in all. For now, reporting live in studio, Lexi Oliver, Western Mass News.